So, today I'm going to talk about the women's US and the Intercontinental Championships. First, I want to address something that there are several Twitter accounts that are like the titles are not needed. Some are like the titles are very much needed. The purpose for these titles are not something very revolutionary or anything. They have not been brought so it's for women, women empowerment and all that. They are brought because coming January, the Raw is going to move to 3 hours and SmackDown is going to move to 3 hours as well. Raw is going to return to 3 hours and SmackDown is going to move to 3 hours. So they are being brought to fill up time. Kind of like how the tag championships and the mid card championships were used and have been used by Triple H for mostly filling up time on the weekly shows. He knows that he has built up the titles to a certain extent where he knows that those feuds can remain on the weekly episodes. The matches can happen on weekly episodes and he can pop a decent rating out of them, even though he has not really used the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think mainly because you know the whole of the Judgment Day was involved in the Rhea and Liv Morgan feud, which kind of hurt the Damian Priest and Finn Balor feud, which is one of the most hottest feuds coming out of SummerSlam. But I digress. Moving to the subject, I think the the person that should win the US and IC title is very important because that will kind of define how much seriously the title is going to be taken by the viewers. Because now I think we have, I don't know, 11 main roster championships, I think, in total. I mean, two tag team championships, one women's tag team championships, two women's world championships. I don't know, I'm not going to count that, but let's say it's more than 10. So it's going to be very difficult for people to really care about every single title there is. Like, there was a problem in between when Logan Paul was gone for a while. There's a reason why you're having LA Knight defend the title so many times. He has defended the title, I think, says 8 times, 7 times or something since he has become champion. And LA's gimmick, LA's character is not, his main strengths are his character work and mic work rather than his in ring work, even though he has improved a lot. But you see why they had to do that, because the title had been so diminished under Logan Paul's reign, because he defended it like 4 times in like 200 plus days. The thing is, with the right champion, is that the women's tag team titles had the problem that they were just makeshift tag teams winning championships. No real reason why people were feuding. People were just winning it. And the simple thing that Triple H did was, first, like, get some actual tag teams. Second, have them defend the titles regularly. And I think the second part, that is defending the titles regularly, has resulted in them being a important part of the show. Well, I think with the US championships and the IC championships, we will also get to know, what kind of champion, or what kind of champion does that championship, represent. Like, back in the day, the WWE championship was much more about, the story guys, the one who draws the ratings and everything. And the World Heavyweight Championship was more about, the workers, the upper mid carders who may have not gotten the chance to be world champion because they did have the it factor, as to say. Well, we have to see that. I think for the US championship, I thought that Bianca would win, but I was surprised that Chelsea won. You can make Chelsea the champion, her and Piper Niven going through weeks, months of weaseling out of their way out of defenses, can be really good. And you can then have someone like a Jordan Grace or someone like squash her at Mania and win the championship back. That can also work. And I hope even if she wins that, the USA part, that I'm the champion of USA America, is just one part of her gimmick, not her whole gimmick. Like when Kevin Owens won the US championship, his whole gimmick became the face of America, not a part of it. That's been the problem. Even when MJF won the Continental Championship, and it was just America, America, America. The American heel part can just be a part of your heel gimmick. It doesn't have to be the whole of your heel gimmick. And and I just hope they have plans, moving forward about how to use the titles in a specific way. Because just having them, we have 3 hours, just put the title there, that's not going to work. These are new titles, they have to be handled with care. And I think with the IC title, many people are saying Lara Valkyria, then Dakota Kai, maybe Kairi Sane. I mean, you can build stories out of it. Have backstage promos, damage control segments, people talking about who Kairi really was before. Like, she was the NXT Women's Champion, Mae Young Classic winner. You can build a story out of it. You can build multiple stories like Dakota Kai. What has she done? Like, has she ever really truly broken out as a single star? Like, injuries have hampered her. Like, she has lost a lot of matches. Lara Valkyria, well, she fell to Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals. Like, she has had her own ups and downs. Former NXT Women's Champion. You can build this stuff, but that cannot happen through just like one promo or anything. And if you're having the same format that you're having on SmackDown, that is the triple threat format, I don't think then using that format you should make someone like a Lyra or a Dakota Kai champion. I think right now both of these titles need people who are already over, so that they can make the titles instantly over. Like someone like a Becky Lynch, I would have preferred have Becky Lynch come back, her and Lyra Valkyrie in the finals. Becky wins, you can build a story around, and then Becky putting over Lyra at WrestleMania. That is a good story. You can have Charlotte in the SmackDowns one and doing the same thing, but I think the Becky one is not happening because I don't think she's returning right now. Maybe at the Netflix episode she's returning. And I think with the Charlotte thing is you don't really know what's her timeline. Alexa Bliss, I don't think is getting involved in this. Anyways, the reports are that she's going to come back in WrestleMania season, and I think most of us are certain she's going to be involved with the Wyatts. In my personal opinion, I think the WrestleMania match is the Wyatt Six and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day. I think that is the program to go for them. For the women's championships, I just, if they're doing like a proper tournament, like like a Queen of the Ring type tournament, one-on-one singles matches. I mean, I don't think the IC championship tournament will end at this Saturday night's main event. I think if another Saturday night's main event is happening, which there were reports a week before the Rumble, maybe it's ending there or maybe at the Rumble. So maybe they're having that format. I just hope that whoever wins, there is some story. Like, it's not just tournament happens, a person wins, and that's done. I don't think that is what these titles need. That there has to be something else about an underdog babyface story, or a chicken shit heel, or a dominant heel, or a babyface, a surprise babyface, someone like you won't expect has one, Zelina Vega, or someone like who rolls out a pin or something. Like, there has to be a larger narrative that is there, and I think distinct identities have to be established for the two titles. Like, they both have to be distinct. They should Like when I look at the women's champion, with the women's US champion and the women's IC champion, I see two different type of individuals with two different types of characters, with different types of stories going forward. I think that's the way that you book these titles. I think, in my personal opinion, I will have someone who is already over with the crowd win the championship. Someone like a Becky or someone. But I want to know, who would you like to win the women's US and Intercontinental Championship? You can, write about that in the comments. And if you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe. If you don't like this type of content, you can share it with those who do. I have my Twitter and Instagram links in the comment section, and you can go and follow me there. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.